There is no future. There is no past. You cannot experience those things. The only thing you can actually experience is now, is present moment. Hi guys, it's 2 p.m. and exactly 2 p.m. on May the 4th, and insert jokes here. So today was interesting. How did it go? I woke up, I did a non-material source energy medicine session on myself, and then after that I was listening to The Power of Now, and I really integrated that session well, the non-material session, and it ended up being this strange phenomena. Also, just before I continue, my eye looks closed, and it's like that for a reason. Don't know what the reason is, but it's literally just puffing out right now. I'm not sure what's going on. It just, when I was waking up, it just felt like I got punched in the face or something. It still feels like that. It's very strange. So, but anyways, back to what I was saying. I was listening to The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name right, so I apologize if that is incorrect. But man, it was just very interesting. I was catching myself just being now in the present moment, and this is what the book's about, basically. There is no future, there is no past. You cannot experience those things. The only thing you can actually experience is now, is present moment. And we spend so much time wasting away at the future and at the past, and forget to live in the present moment and actually experience the now. And it's definitely something that I have been focused on and working on, because it's easy to get sucked into these ideals where we just are so future focused, especially if you're if you're entrepreneurial or ambitious or anything like that. If there's goals involved, it's very future focused. So it's you've got to be cautious of bringing yourself back into that present moment and enjoying what is, because if you don't, you can spend your entire life just future focused, focus on those goals, focus on those dreams, visions, etc., and you forget to actually live now. Because as much fun as those things are to achieve, the best way, in my opinion, as I stand here right now, or rather lay here right now in my bed for those listening on audio, is to be present on that journey while you're going through that, to enjoy the every moment of that journey, of that climb. And I think that's something that Gary actually fucking kills it on. He is so obsessed with the journey, and it's fucking awesome. So that's just a side note, and I hope that brought you value in some aspect, and maybe a mind shift in a positive direction. So, but what happened after was I'm always super excited to take action. I don't even know if it's excitement more, is I feel like it probably mostly comes from a negative place in a positive, if that makes any sense. So it's it's coming from avoiding pain rather than gaining pleasure. I would say most of the stuff right now is like that. It's I think about not doing it, and that makes me want to do it. If that rings true for you, you know what I'm talking about. But it was just I was just so fucking peaceful and blissed out, and I was just so okay, because I was just being in this moment, present. I am. And it was really, really profound. And I laid down after blissing out while I was walking around and doing certain things, and then I laid down in my bed, right as I am obviously right now, and was about to do some joshmoxey.com stuff, and I was like, you know what, let's just continue enjoying this. Like, I just didn't, it was strange. I didn't feel like taking action. So that's why I bring this up. It was very interesting. Because I'm always like, fuck yeah, action, action, action. Let's take a shit ton of action. Let's move things forward. But in those moments, I was just like, I was just there, existing, being, and like thinking about the fact that I think a mishap in society, I might disagree with this as time goes on or not. We'll find out. But we can have just as an important of an impact being than we can doing. And I think that's a very missed thing in society. We're so focused on like doing, like purpose, do our purpose. But what if we were to just be our purpose? And like, what if that impacts not only equally, but potentially greater if we were just to be our purpose instead of doing our purpose? So that's just something to potentially consider. I don't know if I 1000% agree with that, but it's just something I learned recently from Steven and in non-material source energy medicine. But it was in the non-material course that he talked about that. So the point is, though, where was I going with this? The fact that I was okay with just being instead of doing for, that was probably like a good hour or something, because like inside that hour as well, I decided to almost like, it was like a meditation-ish. Yeah, it was really fucking peaceful, man. And then I drifted off to sleep, and there was wind all over, and because it's a very windy day, and I had my window open, and it was just really, really fucking cool. My dreams were super vivid as always. Yeah. This documenting thing, man, like, I want to try to bring more value, but like, I'm trying to think about like ways that I can document. Like, I definitely brought some value there at the beginning, especially, but how do I document even more that can bring even a greater impact? How can I help those around me even more who are consuming this content? How can I just make, because I could fucking document all day long, but I'm trying to figure out ways that could bring more value and impact positively others who are consuming this, because that is just as important, if not probably more. But I don't really care about what's more important in this moment, so it does not really matter to me. I'm just enjoying what this is right now. And then I once I was done that nap and I got up, I was writing some stuff for joshmoxey.com, and like, shit just happened so magically, and it was just like, I'm curious to see. I think this is a very or almost all of it is coming from the non-material session, but I think another part of it is definitely coming from listening to the power of now and just experiencing the stuff that Eckhart is talking about in that audiobook. And yes, I'm listening to the audiobook. So anyways, I hope you make this day phenomenal. I hope you decide to be. I hope you decide to take a step back and be present. Experience now, because you cannot experience the future or the past. You can only experience now. Holy shit. It is windy as fuck. But seriously, I'm like dead serious about that. It is the only thing we have, the present moment. Past, future, just doesn't exist. That's not to say be purposeless about it. It's just about existing in the now while also managing, I guess, the future and the past. Anyways, I'll talk about this more at another time. My name is Josh Moxey, and I'll catch you later.